Hey guys, what's up? It's Dan again from CryptoCamacho.com, where each day I help bring you the latest news, tips, and tricks to help you make more money in the cryptocurrency markets today. Guys, I wanted to make a quick video because I wanted to show you a little trading technique or a little trading tip based on what's going on in the market today. I wanted to bring this out because the market is starting to fall, and I wanted to show you how I realized or how I knew that it was going to fall anytime in the last like 2-3 days, let's say. So let's jump right into that and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So let's jump on over to Coinigy, one of my favorite tools to do day trading and investing in cryptocurrencies. This is Coinigy. This is the Coinigy interface. If you've never used it, I highly recommend you check it out, Coinigy.com. You can check it out right here. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about today. So this is the Bitcoin USD tether chart. Let's see, this is on Bittrex. So I'm looking at the Bittrex Bitcoin USD tether chart, and you can see Bitcoin's rise and you can see Bitcoin's fall, right? And you can start to see Bitcoin's rise again, but not quite yet, right? There looks to be a fall right here going on. The drop is starting. It started just maybe 2 hours ago, approximately. Bitcoin is starting to go down. All of the altcoins are starting to go down. And I actually sold my Bitcoin holdings and really all of my other holdings right about this spot. I actually sold today all my Bitcoin at 11,600 because I just knew, I just had a feeling that it was going to tank. I thought it would be able to go maybe a little bit higher, but I didn't want to chance that. And so I went ahead and made my sales for all of my Bitcoin earlier. And the reason I did that is what I want to explain to you in this video here. So real quick, I made a video before which showed that, you can identify a trend up or a trend down by simply looking at the high and low points of any particular chart. So let's just take Bitcoin as an example, and you can see, right, there's been a trend back here. There's been a trend up. Here's the high, here's the high, here's the high, here's the high, right at the top here. And you can see that each time there's one actually right here too. So each time we're going up, right, there's a new high. And you can kind of see the trend going up, right? And you can kind of see it goes up, then it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes down, up, down, up, down. And it repeats this cycle over and over and over. And in a bearish trend, there are a series of waves in the upward pattern, right? In the upward trend pattern that you could identify. And I just, laid those out for you right here. Same thing on the bottom, right? You can see the bottoms, all the bottoms, there's a trend line going up, right? And so if you've seen, and there's actually one right here as well, and if you've seen 2, 3, maybe 4 uptrends right here, you can predict that there is likely going to be another uptrend, right? It usually follows in a pattern of like 4 or 5 up or down trends before it changes course and reverses. So again, simultaneously, we've seen the same thing on the downtrend, right? We're all the way at the top here at 20,000. Then we see a drop all the way down to the bottom here. Pretty low, right? Then we see another bottom, and another bottom here. And equally, we see the tops start getting shorter, right? All of the tops that we're seeing start getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So you can really, project these downtrends just based on the fact that every time that the price goes down and then tries to make its way back up, there's too much resistance at the top and it pushes the price down. Again, right here, too much resistance pushes the price down. So anytime something is rising or falling, you can use these kind of these highs and lows as more of a barometer or a gauge of the trend that's actually occurring, whether that trend is going up or going down, right? And let me clear this chart real quick because I want to start over because you've seen these downtrends happening now for some time, which is giving you a good indication that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are going down, right? This is a downtrend right here. If you can't see it, there's an obvious downtrend going on right here all the way to the bottom, right? And so now many people have said, oh, we're out of the bearish territory. Bitcoin's on the rise. It's going up. It's going to go to the moon. And that may very well be the case, right? But you always have to keep in mind that now that we're starting to see an uptrend, right? We're going up, we're going up, we're going up. You could start to see these tops, right? There's one top, that might be another top, maybe another top here, maybe here. And you can see these top points or these high points. And it's very, very, very important to look at these highs, to look at these tops in comparison to the last highs or the last tops, right? So zooming in on this trend a bit, if you looked at the very bottom when Bitcoin fell to about $6,000, we started to see some uptrend, right? And the first top here that we were looking for a breakout on was around 9,500 approximately, right? And as this was going up, I was looking for this right here, this top, to go all the way to the top here at 9,500, because I knew at 9,500, which is where the last top was, where the last area of resistance was, I knew that's going to be a place where support will be tested, right? Is there going to be enough support to pass 9,500, or is there not going to be enough support, and is it going to go back down? You can see here that there wasn't enough support, right? About 9,000, 9,100, there wasn't support to keep it going, and there was a downtrend, and it went down again, right? And so then we saw back up, back up, back up. Same thing right here, right? Same exact scenario right here. And this is at 11,000, right? So at the 11,000 price point, there was an up. And are we going to break past 11,000, right? Nope, we did not. We went back down, right? And we tested that ceiling. We could not crack the ceiling. There was not enough support, so we went back down. Same thing happened today, guys, right here on this top right here. This high was about 12,200 approximately. Earlier today, the price of Bitcoin got to about 11,800 approximately. And I thought, okay, this is either going to go to 12,000 and it's going to fall, or it's going to go past 12,000 and it's going to break out and actually keep going up to the moon to this next resistance point up here. That did not happen, right? And when that did not happen, we actually see the price starting to plummet all the way back down to 11,000, right? And so this could signify, you know, another big downturn, right? All the way down past 600. It's possible that we go past 600 right here, right? And if we do go past 600 right here, you know, we're still in the bearish downtrend, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it definitely could happen, right? Because typically, as I said, there are 4 or 5 big waves, big ups and downs before we get out of a bearish or bullish pattern, right? Or trend, right? There's so far been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and perhaps even a 6th, right? There's definitely 5 key kind of tops, right? Top points where Bitcoin has tried to break through or break out of the last high and simply has not been able to do it, right? And so if this downtrend keeps going, right, and if it keeps going past here, goes past here, all of these previous bases, I would expect that the price will go below $6,000, right? Below this point here, which is the last real support level or base of support, right? And so when we do go past 6,000, when we fall below 6,000, if it does, it will be a tremendous opportunity to buy. So watch this very, very closely. It may not go down all the way, but it very well could. And if it does, if we do in fact see another wave here that we didn't anticipate, we will certainly see it go below 6,000, right? Before it starts its bullish run or bullish trend up, right? That's just typically how it happens. So I would watch this very close. If it does go below 6,000 or so, it will be a very, very good opportunity to buy. And the way I would gauge it is look at the last base here, right? The last base here, let me just measure. What was the actual percentage? Let me do that again. What was the actual percentage drop? It dropped about 36% below the last base. And before then, it dropped about 20% below the last base. And before then, it dropped about 12% the last base, right? So I would look at that as benchmarks or indicators of how low it can actually fall below 6,000. So if it goes below 6,000, right, let's just say 10%, we're looking at closer to the $5,000 mark. It could go lower than that, but I would keep that as a barometer. And when we approach that $5,000 mark, $5,000, $5,500 mark, I would start tapering your buys. I would start stacking your buys, right? 10% first, then another maybe 25%, then another maybe 15%, and so forth and so on, until you hit 100% of what you can actually invest. This is a tremendous, tremendous way to trade and to be right on 99% of your trades, right? If it goes below 6,000, it will certainly bounce back and go back up above 6,000 in time, right? And so that is a very, very good way to trade and to make very, very, good money very safely, right? That's a very, very good technique to trade. So if you're thinking that this strategy that I'm using is unique to Bitcoin itself or the Bitcoin chart, it's not, right? Look over here at Bitcoin Cash. You see the very, very similar thing, right? Not quite as many tops or highs and lows, but right, you got a top here, got a top here. Then you really have a kind of a whole top right here, right here, right here, and then really right here, right? So we started to break out of this bearish pattern again, but now it looks like we're going back down. We may actually see it go down, below 800. In this case, I don't know if it will necessarily go below 800. A good testing ground is about 1,000, and you can see back here, there's a lot of support at 1,000, right? All these are at 1,000, and then that kind of carries over right here, 1,000. So people will support Bitcoin Cash if it's at $1,000. Up above that or below that, not as much, right? Right now, we don't know, right? But if the price goes below $800 right here on this fall, it's a very, very good opportunity to buy again. And again, you could look at the charts and see this. Ethereum, same exact thing, right? On the way up, we see, a lot of up points. So here's an up point right here. Here's an up. Here's an up. Here's an up. And overall, the pattern is bullish, right? We're going up. So it's safe to invest at that point. On the flip side, we see it going down, 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 down. And we very, very, really it's mainly, let me clear this off. There's really three main downturns, right? There's the top, there's one downturn, and really here's kind of a second downturn. And so I would expect to see perhaps another downturn that goes below $800. If it goes below $800, it will likely land somewhere around $500, like right around here. And when you see it go to about $500, this is Ethereum, it's a very, very, very good time to buy. And you will literally be able to predict that it will bounce back with like 90, 95, 99% accuracy, right? And again, let's measure the last base over here. It fell down below the base about 20%. Then on this base, it fell down again about 20, 25%, right? So if we go 20% below the last low, which was $600, the last, if we go about 20% approximately, give or take, yeah, my math was right. It actually lands at about $450, $500, where a good buying opportunity would be. So use that, guys, as a tip, as a technique to gauge whether the pattern is going up as a bullish pattern or if it's going down as a bearish pattern. And if it is going down as a bearish pattern, you can expect it to go lower than some of these, right? It may not. It may not actually do that, but that's just something to keep in mind and to watch as these patterns emerge, right, over time. Again, this is not unique to Ethereum. You could literally go to probably any one of these charts. Let's just go to Litecoin. And Litecoin has had some pretty unique activity as of late. So I take this one with a grain of salt, but let's take this one again. So you see, this is a little bit harder to see, right? Because there's a big uptrend. It just really like spiked overnight. But you can see the downtrend, right? There's a downtrend here. Here's the top of Litecoin. Then the last real strong area of support was about 300. Then we keep going lower and lower. And technically, you could call these ceilings, right? But I'm not going to. I'll call this one a ceiling at 260. And then again, we see that drop, right? And in this case, it may drop below the $200 mark, but that's where there is a lot of support. If we really are in a downtrend bearish market now, it will definitely go below 200 and it will likely go lower towards the $100 mark. But again, watch it. I wanted to show you this because I think this is, again, a very, very, very good method to use just to eyeball the charts, to know what direction the trend is going, to know, when you should be looking at previous highs and previous lows to gauge when you should either buy or sell. Take that for what it's worth, guys. Use that. What I've just said is pure gold. It actually saved me a significant amount of money today when I actually sold all of my Bitcoin right here at about 11,600 approximately. It saved me losing about 5%, about 6% of my holdings, which are not small, so it's a significant amount of money, thousands of dollars, right? So just keep that in mind. Again, I'm Dan from CryptoCamacho.com. If you guys like this video, please click on the subscribe link, and I will talk to you next time. Hopefully this helped, guys. Make money.